A beach party for singles, Singapore style. No sun and sand, just a hotbed of lust, or at least wishful thinking. In this conservative country, where oral sex can get you 10 years in jail, such overt displays of sexuality are not that common.
We're talking about a lot of emotional suppression here, where people are living very closely together, and in a small country, everybody knows everyone. So your facade is very important.
Wei Xiang Yu is Singapore's Dr. Sex, a love guru on a government-backed crusade to break down barriers and awaken sexuality.
Well, you know, they get to know each other, and they get closer, they understand each other more, and also in a very casual environment.
Singaporeans simply aren't having enough sex. Birth rates are now so low the population is not replacing itself. So Dr. Wei has state support to help relight their fire.
Exactly. I hope they are all not in their 30s. Why? Because it's much easier. You increase the birth rate, they can have more than 1 or 2 or even 3 babies.
In the harsh light of day, Singapore may be one of the world's great business capitals, but success has come at a cost. In all developed cities, the hustle and bustle of modern life is being blamed for removing the romance from many relationships. But here in Singapore, it's creating an acute problem. One survey says Singaporeans are now the least active lovers in the world. The birth rate now so low the population is not replacing itself. It's a crisis of coupling that's creating something very new for this normally staid city-state.
I'm a Singaporean. I think I'm a good lover.
That's good. That's good. The surveys are showing that Singaporeans at the moment, that maybe the stress of modern life and everything is meaning that the birth rate's declining. Do you think actually that that's happening? Or?
Well, I guess this is due to the economy right now, and we Singaporeans are stressed.
I would guess it's still talk about time management. Because of the time constraints, I think there's less time for romancing and the likes, you know.
Most of the ladies are choose not to get married at a younger age, and most of them prefer to stay single.
In the end, our society became so busy. Everybody was trying to get into the fast lane in life and becoming successful and rich.
Sex specialist Professor Peter Lim believes Singapore's strict social control has robbed them of romance.
In the 70s and 80s, what happened? The government was promoting the concept of cutting down your family. Too many people are getting pregnant and too many babies around, and they felt that we should cut down on our population. The 2 children per family principle was adopted.
While most doctors consult in rooms, Australian-trained Dr. Wei has taken his practice outside in the hope that some fresh sea air might reinvigorate some passion.
You have no idea.
This is a love boat for couples, and we have a program called I Dream.
For couples dreaming of a family, but with little time for loving, Dr. Wei has developed a luxury program to improve their chances of conception.
Enhance the communication for the couples, right? Basically allowing them to express themselves. I Dream is a whole medical programs to educate couples on the limitation of their biological clock. They may have intention to have a baby, so we teach them what to eat, what to do, improve the communication, how to look at nutritional values before they plan for a conception.
sailing on a yacht to a resort, couples are taken through an array of therapies to heighten their senses. Therapist Tim Hammonds tries to get love-stuck partners recommunicating through art.
This is also a tool for, it's a bit of psychology, art therapy. It's a tool for understanding yourself and for releasing things and hidden blocks and hidden challenges. The two keys for doing this is to do it without thinking and without judgment.
Bruce and Glyn are happily married, but like many young professionals, find it hard to find time for each other.
What about I love the color?
It's also thinking or judgment, right? Is there anything in there that you see sort of intuitively that might be something helpful for him to reflect on?
He always claims that he's not a romantic person. He doesn't really think about passion and stuff. So having the heart there does reassures that he does have this love in his heart.
Yeah, there's this radiance, this ray of light from the sun. So I guess that's what she does best, I guess, spreading the light, perspective to where I'm going.
It may seem like play school, but according to Dr. Wei, there's a serious method behind it.
Breathing and smiling and just being present.
Science has proven that when you are all stressed up, your adrenaline is going pretty high. The adrenaline binds to the tissues in the man's organ, giving a poor erection, cutting down the quality of love making.
Back at the hospital, Professor Lim has a more conventional approach.
Well, this is actually an electro-vibrator. It is an instrument used to get the patient with infertility, with poor quality, seminal quality, to improve the sperm function.
But he is an advocate of Dr. Wei's work.
Once you get away to an island or somewhere, it's natural. Things come kind of by spontaneously, and everything works out then, And the sperms are even happier sperms, really.
Happy sperms?
Yeah, they swim better, they work better and so forth, With a little bit of fertility medication that I give, he may even make it better.
For most couples with fertility problems, in vitro fertilization is medicine's main answer. But it has problems.
It has been met with still fairly high failure rates. Right? The success rate range from 30%, 40%, because it is only a harvesting process, putting the egg and sperm together. It does not enhance the quality of the egg and sperm. We're looking at then how to enhance the quality of the gametes, both the sperm and the egg, with lifestyle modification, changing the way they eat, changing stress management technique, etc. All these are important because without a good egg and sperm, you won't have a good conception. Without a good conception, you might compromise the quality of the baby.
Deborah and Keith Emuang have been married 14 years and are now in their mid-30s. They have 2 children, Nicola and Bradley, but they're keen to have one more before it's too late and have sought Dr. Wei's advice.
Well, I think his methods are very much what we need, to bring back fire in our sex life, and hopefully in the process we can have a 3rd child, because right now it's like we're so busy with work and stress, and learning how to de-stress and just concentrating on just having sex and having good sex, and on top of that, if baby comes along, it's great.
Like many couples here, Deborah and Keith both have demanding jobs and live in a suburb of high-rise apartments. Deborah, though, is not quite your typical Singaporean woman. In 2003, she was crowned Mrs. Singapore.
A lot of women come to me and they said, hey, we don't have time to, make babies. And the reason being, they're just so caught up with work. And by the time they get home, sex is the last thing on their mind.
For Deborah and Keith, that's not the case now.
I've never thought of her as being such an adventurous person. Never before. Probably because we never spoke about it, until now, until recently. So what about you?
that I could tell you what I like and you do it and just...
Tell is putting it lightly, it's more like demand.
With such passionate endorsement, many more couples may soon be following Dr. Wei's way of love. Behind closed doors, of course.